Hey guys, I'm Nick.
DQ.
We're Two Guys, One Car, and we give unfiltered, unbiased car reviews. And today, we are reviewing a car that we previously disliked and kind of held a negative bias towards. So we're excited to bring you this video. Today, we're reviewing a brand new 2019 Toyota 86. So we have Toyota 86. This car is brand new. Going to start with the outside of it, the styling a little bit, which is obviously a big strong point for this car. Just do a quick walk around of it.
Brand new car.
Brand new
car. 2.5 months old.
So yeah, quick walk through. Obviously everybody knows what this car looks like. It's one of the strongest points of it. So we are two people that review cars, and we try and give the most unfiltered and unbiased reviews that we can. This is a car that we held a pretty negative stigma towards for a while because we hated...
a lot of the car community has done because of its underpowered,
yes,
slow aspect of it.
Yeah, so we held a negative bias towards it because you know, it's underpowered for what it should be. But basically today we're just trying to go through the car in depth and figure out if it is not only deserving of the 86 name, but if it just fits it well, right?
Yeah.
Kind of just see if it fits that well. You're also going to see how much the 86 emblem is stamped all over this car throughout the video.
A little bit overdone.
Yeah, just a bit. And so as you can see, this one has a spoiler, has 17-inch alloy wheels. It's a higher tier package.
The Toyota 86 comes optioned like this, as where like the Scion version, which isn't made anymore, but the FRS, BRZ, the Subaru, that you can get these options, but you could also get a cheaper model where it doesn't have the spoiler. Yeah. And I think the wheels may be different.
Also, they stopped calling this car the FRS. When you look it up now, it's just 86.
Yeah,
it's Toyota 86. Yeah. And like we said, this one's a 2019.
The wheel package is nice. I mean, a lot of people make comments and say, oh, this is like, what is these Prius wheels? I've seen that on some other people's reviews. I don't think they look that bad. I think they fit the car pretty well.
Yeah, they look okay.
You know,
they look fine.
Things like that, you know, to me, it's like, well, you could change them if you don't like them. You
Rear
know,
bumper.
It's not that hard.
Spoiler looks great. I do like the wing on this car.
Yeah, the styling. I mean, you guys know, these cars are everywhere now. Not the most uncommon. It's not a rare car. But it looks nice. I don't care who you are. It's a nice looking car. Nick mentioned earlier the 86 badging that's shown everywhere. We'll start right here on the fender.
So we have one here.
Headlight. Side of the headlight, 86.
And the bumper here we got.
It doesn't end there though.
Nope.
It doesn't end there. When we get into the interior, you'll see plenty more 86 badging.
So we're going to move on to the inside now.
Move on to the interior here.
First we'll show you all the badges.
Yeah, 86 on the floor mats, 86 on the steering wheel, 86 over there, over there on the dashboard. And then, you know, you turn the ignition on, 86 up on the gauge cluster.
Yeah, it's pretty much stamped everywhere. But
it's all over.
I do like the interior of this car. I'll start with the door panels.
Nice suede.
Suede insert on the top.
Nice leather with the nice hand stitching.
And then you got your, you know, I don't believe this is real carbon fiber here, but it's a nice look. Brushed aluminum.
Yeah, no, it works.
Suede inserts in the seats. These seats are very nice.
Yeah, super comfy.
Yeah, very comfortable. This car is an automatic, but it does have that nice wrap-around leather feel like it's a manual. Yeah. Steering wheel, one of the nicest points of this car. It feels very nice and sporty. It's just a perfect size.
It fits the car very well.
Yeah.
It's a small wheel and it's a small car with very responsive steering, and it just fits it well.
Very nice. The top, suede again. Moving into the back seats. Yeah, moving on to the back seats. You really can't sit back there. It's not even humanly possible. I'm actually not sure why this car has back seats. I don't even think anyone can get back there.
No. I mean,
look at the room.
You'd have to be like 5 foot driving.
Yeah, there's no room. So I'm sitting inside the 86 now to give a more in-depth feel of the inside up close. So
little 86 up there, and then on your usual information screen up with the cluster. Very simple cluster. Got your RPM in the center, speedo on the left. Nice paddle shifters on this wheel, as you're seeing here. It is a push button start. Nice feature. The controls they're a little bit odd, right? The way that these knobs are.
They're pretty weird.
They're odd, but they work. There's the buttons down here. It's weird. It's not a common setup. It's definitely a little bit more.
It's different. It makes it. I think they're going for a race car feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Switches.
Exactly. And then I mean, I like the dash. It gets a little bit bulky up here with the vents.
Yeah, hard to mount my cam.
Yeah, definitely.
My dash mount.
Definitely hard to mount stuff, but I love the radio. Very nice touchscreen.
Yeah, it's like a 6.
And I love the way it's
7-inch.
molded right into the dash. Really nicely done. Yeah, and down here you have, for your transmission options, because this is an automatic, Snow, Sport. Then you have a track setting, which will tighten up the steering. And then, of course, your usual on-off for the traction control. Your 2 buttons for your heated seats. You know, cup holders. It's this can pop right out, and it could sit up here, or it could sit back here.
Because you do have a
yep, you have a little.
There you go.
Charging port there.
Yeah, I have to say, looking at these back seats again, this car is a 2-seater.
Yeah,
it's hands down a 2-seater. Sure. All right, so we're gonna look under the hood now. Have you do the honors.
Here is where people may get confused, but being a Subaru fan, I love seeing this. I mean, right off the bat, you could see everything.
Everything.
This isn't covered with plastic. I mean, it is 2019. I don't know why the fuck I have to use a stick to hold the hood up. But it's a light hood, whatever. This is the 2.0 box 4 Subaru motor. It's got about 200 horsepower. It's just, you know, like I just said before, I mean, it's just beautiful to have a brand new car that you open the hood and you could see everything.
This is almost identical if you watch our video on the Impreza, the 2019 Impreza.
Oh yeah,
it's literally it's identical.
Yeah,
the same oil filter placement where you have this little cup here to hold it in. Which
yeah,
I think is a
same placement as the alternator,
brilliant
the AC
idea.
compressor. I mean, it's just great that things are so accessible on this car. The biggest complaint, and we're not going to beat a dead horse because everybody talks about it, is underpowered. Listen, you could buy this car and do a turbo kit. It's not that hard, you know what I mean? If you really want to go that route, you can go that route. I do believe, though, that the Subaru model should have had an STI. I don't know why they didn't make an STI version and turbo it, but it is what it is.
It's something everyone says, but it has to be said. It's a valid point.
It has to be said.
Because it just makes no sense.
Also, me and Nick were talking before, you know, Toyota is a company that in the past has had pretty iconic motors. The 2JZ, obviously, in the Supras.
Even the 1JZ.
Even the 1JZ.
Yeah, and the older ones.
The basic inline 4s that they put in the late 90s, mid-90s Celicas, they weren't fast cars, but they ran, and they ran for a long time. So why Toyota had to use Subaru, and then in the Supra, the new Supra, BMW, is just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to either of us, and that's one point too about this car. A lot of people, including myself, said when they first saw this car drop and they didn't drop the name of it, people thought that this was going to be the new Supra.
Yeah. And
that is also another great point, is the styling of it. This could have very well have been the new Supra. Not the power aspect, of course, but, you know, it's pretty crazy that they brought out the 86 again before they brought out the Supra again. All right, so getting into the driving of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, immediately getting in it, the steering wheel, like we commented on before, I love the steering wheel. It's small, and it fits the car very well. All your controls are very, like, right where your fingers are.
Wow, it's loud from inside.
It is loud. It is loud on the inside. That's definitely due to being cheaper. They definitely didn't insulate.
Or they wanted that.
Yeah, or they probably wanted that. It does give it a more sporty feel as you're driving it. You know, it's an enjoyable car to drive. I mean, I was talking to Nick before, too. I was like, to put it very simple, this is a perfect, simple formula for a fun driving car. Rear-wheel drive, 2-door, lightweight. That's it. I mean, what more can you ask for? Really, the only other rear-wheel drive car, sports car Toyota's made in the past besides the Supra was in the late 80s, the Corolla AE86.
Yeah.
That was available in the States, the Corolla, but they had a different version in Japan. Of course, everybody knows the Initial D movie, the animated movie.
That's really where that car became so popular from. The Eurobeat music and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, it really made that car something it isn't.
Exactly, because it wasn't the greatest looking car.
That's something I also don't get, is that this car is a phenomenally styled car. And the AE86, the original, I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says, that car was ugly.
Yeah,
it wasn't the ugliest, but it was not pretty at all.
Yeah, no, well, especially in the late 80s when you had a car like yours, Nissan was making the 300ZX.
Yeah, the RX-7, car. The Supra,
the RX-7, yeah, and then you had the Corolla, and it was just not a pretty looking car.
No.
The whole drifting aspect, that was something they wanted to do with this car, was make it so that you could get it a little sideways. And that's why it's got skinnier tires. I wouldn't mind seeing what it could do on a wet road.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not really recommended that you go drifting your car on public roads anyways.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Feels nice at the higher range.
Nice long ears.
Yeah, that was pretty uneventful for me.
Yeah, it's not, you know, I mean, like everybody's complaint is,
of course,
that it's
and I'm really trying to be unbiased here. I'm just saying how it feels, you know.
Yeah,
but and I'm also not driving it. It's not that bad though. It's just not for me. It's not what I'm going out and spending 26 grand on.
No, but for me, honestly, I could say owning V8s and owning cars that had some get up off the line, I like driving this car. Really, it's a fun car to drive.
Yeah.
I know this road pretty well. We're gonna get a little.
Oh my God, dude. Fuck. Just shit my pants. Oh my God.
Oh, fucking guy on a bike ruined it.
You suck.
I was about to barrel out of that turn.
I know. Guy on a bike, you suck.
Paying attention to my driving here.
That was fun.
Here in Mexico.
Yeah.
We're in Mexico. We don't do this on United States soil. It's not safe.
It's completely unsafe.
This is a closed road. The guy on the bike is a part of our team.
Yeah. The slow guy on a bike.
Yeah, no, but that like, I mean, you saw the car handles really well.
That was ridiculous.
The handling that's where this car is so fun to drive. The handling is just there.
Yeah,
and like,
that was great.
You don't have to be a freaking race car driver to throw this car through turns. It's an underpowered car.
Yeah.
But with that said, it makes it so drivable.
It makes it fun where you can have it floored going through turns, and if you know what you're doing relatively so, you're gonna be fine. The difference from the pole on the highway in a straight line to this stuff is why you got, you know, why you're into this car.
That downshift with the paddle, where it rev matches, is not something everybody gets good in their automatic transmissions. This car does it phenomenally well.
Whoa. Wow. Very nice.
Fuckering your butthole up a little bit, huh? I would so love to get this car on the track.
Oh yeah, that would certainly be fun. Wow, that was a lot of fun. Oh, all right. No power seats, I noticed.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
That's the first thing I noticed. See, when I get into a car, I'm more of a little bitch boy with my cars. I like to own luxury vehicles that have balls to them. And if I have something even sporty, it has to have nice interior features and shit like that. So that's the stuff that I notice like a weirdo. But, all right,
No, but I mean, you know, like I said before with the hood, when you're in 2019, there's kind of certain things that you expect in a car. Power seats.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Even on base models, a backup camera. This car doesn't have a backup camera.
No backup cam.
But,
is the paddles on?
No, you put. Yep, there you go. Now your paddle's on. The transmission's already in sport mode.
Should I start out in 5th gear?
Yeah. But what Nick's gonna notice, what I was just talking about while I was driving it, is the there you go.
It's not that slow. It has a very very responsive throttle. And that blip when you downshift, right? The way it rev matches. I was commenting on that because some cars you get in, my mom's Charger doesn't do it as nice as this.
This thing handles ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. Wow.
There you go.
I could have went through that way quicker too. Wow. Fun. Right off the bat.
It's not miles per gallon, it's smiles per gallon.
Exactly.
Although I think this gets pretty damn good gas mileage.
Yeah, it does. Wow, yeah. I love that downshift.
Yeah, when you downshift with paddle shifters, yeah, this has a feel.
See the smile?
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty good. And remember, I was biased. I really didn't like this car.
Well, Nick also didn't like it because we blew away one back when they were first coming out. I mean, Jesus, what year was that when you had the GTI?
Yeah, I had an 03 Mark IV.
No, but what year was it that you owned it?
It was like
14.
It was it was when they were new.
Yeah, when the FRS and BRZs were just coming out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the guy had an exhaust on it.
He knew what he was doing. He chirped second.
Yeah, he banged the gears.
He just stood literally no chance in a straight line.
None.
That's kind of what made me kind of hate this car for a while.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
But it's fun.
It's underpowered, but it's so fun to drive. The difference between the box 4 and an inline 4 is just there's more low-end torque for sure, right? I mean, you're driving this compared to your Honda Civic, which is an inline 4, and even my slow Subaru Impreza. It just has that torque low down where my car isn't constantly downshifting every time I hit a little bit of an incline, as to where a Honda Civic is, an automatic like Nick's. What's funny about this is, unlike my car, this revs out pretty fucking high.
Oh yeah, I won't say
because my car doesn't.
But I wind it out. It felt really good. So yeah, I won't try to break this thing loose on dry pavement. Like we said, it's not our car like most of the ones that we review. But I don't know. Do you think that it could even break loose on dry pavement? Because I really am sketched out about that.
It doesn't feel like it.
I don't think that it can.
Oh, spotted. What is that? MR2?
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's an old one.
We'll pull in.
Yeah, pull in. We got to check that out now.
I can go back out this way.
Spotted. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, Toyota MR2. Look at that thing.
Wow, very nice.
Clean, man.
Wow.
I love the wheels. I love the gold wheels on that.
Nice. We always love spotting new
It's a very nice look. Although I still wish to this day I had a video of you planting my Lincoln into the woods.
Yeah, see? Things like that. Little things like that.
Hashtag never lift.
Yeah, I drive. So this is another point, like he said earlier, about the way I drive, why I find this car to be very fun. The power isn't that extreme. The way I drive, I don't let off the pedal. When I go to send a car through something, if it can't
He's
grip,
committed.
Yeah,
he is full commit.
I commit to it real hard. And this car, you can do that with. Like, I'm planted, and I don't have to let off.
Yep.
You know, and it feels like you're ripping on the car, which you are, but it's what it was made for. You know?
Yeah, no, it's it's made to be driving like this.
And if you need more, you know what? Do your own goddamn work.
Yeah.
They built the car easy for you to access, the motor and everything else. Aftermarket parts for this car are literally everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, you can't really go wrong.
This car is recommended. What I keep in mind is longevity too. Is something I think about, like, the value of this car moving forward, how reliable it's going to be moving forward. I have never heard anything major about the earlier FRS and BRZs, like the 13s and the 14s and the 15s.
No.
I have not heard much.
That's one thing, yeah, very reliable.
And looking at this car and the way this was built and put together, it's Toyota with a Subaru motor. Everybody loves, how many head gaskets have you done to your Subaru? Maybe that'll be an issue in the future. I don't know, but whatever. If that's the one thing to have to deal with, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because everything else on this driveline, and I mean, it's just a solid car. Somebody like me who works on my own cars, I love what I see when I pop the hood on this. I just love the accessibility.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, listen, I would totally give this car a thumbs up.
Yeah, we always give our recommendations at the end of each video. Just a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
For me, it's a yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, keep in mind where you live. The person that owns this car also owns a Nissan Altima front-wheel drive 4-door. So it's practical for her to own this car. This might not be practical for everybody because it is a 2-seater. Ignore the fact that there's seats in the back.
No, those aren't seats.
Yeah, they're
I don't know
seats.
what that is.
So, just keep that in mind. Value-wise, I don't know if this is going to be a car that'll hold its value. This car in particular, being red and being an 86, I think it'll hold value somewhat well, but they've made a lot of these cars. I mean, you see them everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I wish I looked into it beforehand. What a 13 or a 14 model's going for used with under 100,000. Probably not much.
No.
That's something else too. I know you said yourself, like, you might not want to buy something like this. This might not be something you would spend 20-something thousand on.
It still wouldn't be.
But if you were looking for a little sports car to commute with, and you didn't live in New York where we have to deal with winter, I mean, if you were picking this up for 14,000,
yeah, then I would probably do it. Yeah, I just don't like, I have a stigma with new cars.
Yeah, that too.
I really hate them. Yeah, I'm winding this bitch out heavy. I like it.
It takes it up.
Yeah, no, it does. That's about it for us, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's about it for this bad boy. We have to say though, does this car deserve that name, or does it live up to that name? Yeah, I think it does.
Fully.
Yeah, for sure.
Fully. Not knowing a lot about the old 86, the basis of it being a rear-wheel drive, affordable, cheap, low-powered sports car, if you want to call it that. I mean, this hits the nail on the head.
Yeah,
it's affordable. It's a rear-wheel drive, and it's fun to drive. People comment about the underpowered aspect of it. Well, what about the Miata? The Miata's not a powerful car. It's not turboed, although the new model comes with a turbo, I think.
New one's quicker.
Anyways.
Get on your side of the road.
Holy crap. And then he just gave you the finger.
New York.
Yeah, it's New York for you. Where the person drives on the other side of the road, almost hits you head on, and then gives you the finger.
New York. You might know that you're in New York. But no, also another thing, for me, this car it isn't a car that should go overlooked. I think it's a very nice, well put together car, and it certainly has its guts on the back roads, and you shouldn't underestimate one.
Exactly. With cars that are marketed towards younger people, the younger people always like to think about what can it do in a straight line. Well, this car wasn't made to go down the drag strip, all right? It's a car that can handle. And I can guarantee you, if we were on a tight track, like a track day, this car is going to hurt some feelings on some higher powered vehicles that aren't as capable handling.
I agree. I definitely agree. But yeah, that's about it for us, guys. 2 guys, 1 car.
Show us some love on the channel. Our Instagram's doing good.
Yeah, appreciate it. Follow us on the gram fam at _ 2 guys, 1 car. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff.
Tune in next week. Maybe we might be coming at you with something a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe not 4 wheels. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
Peace.
My God, dude, you really gotta lift your leg out of this thing. Holy crap.